everyone. Today I'm going to talk about a common confusion, misconception, mistake, however you would like to call it, people make in their journey of self-development, is that they confuse self-esteem with self-worth. Okay, these are completely different things. We talk about, having high self-esteem all the time. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem is based on your ability of achieving something. When that's what we call confidence, right? Self-esteem and confidence really go hand in hand in many ways. Because I am confident that I can solve this problem. I am confident that I can get an A. That builds your high self-esteem. And because of this, self-esteem can fluctuate. Because, you might get, when you think you can get an A, you might get a C. Your self-esteem might fluctuate based on the results, and that is normal. Sometimes we get a rejection that we think we really want and yes for, right? Our self-esteem can fluctuate because it's a thinking process. It's based on your abilities. It's based on your competencies. And you don't always get what you want, right? Self-worth, on the other hand, is an intrinsic, steady feeling. It's a feeling that you are worthy regardless of what you do or not do. Even if you get a C when you think you get an A, your self-worth is intact. Your self-esteem might dip a little because you overestimated your abilities, but your self-worth is intact. Now, many people struggle with these because of our childhood. If you had a very strict upbringing like I did, if I got 99 out of 100, that would be, my dad would ask, where did that 1 point go? He would never acknowledge the 99 points that I got. All right, so that makes my self-worth very much dependent on my achievement. So my self-worth was very low. Even if my self-esteem was relatively high because I was very competent. I was like a straight A student, always, but my self-worth was low. So that's the difference. And how do you know that you have maybe okay self-esteem, but probably low self-worth? One, how are you handling rejections and disappointments? Of course, you're a human being. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be sad. You're going to, be a little bummed, a little upset, right? All these feelings are normal. But if a rejection makes you feel like you are never going to succeed, if your rejection makes you doubt your worth, meaning that you don't think you ever deserve that, then you probably need a boost in your self-worth, right? The second thing is, can you rest? What I mean by that is that many people think, they finish this whole day of work and then they can rest. Rest is earned for many people. Workaholics, I know so many of them my whole entire life, right? I used to be one. So if you think you cannot rest, that's also a sign of low self-worth, because rest is not earned. Rest is part of your human right. And by rest, I don't even mean sleep. Of course you need sleep. Rest meaning I'm just gonna do nothing. I'm gonna spend the next hour sitting in the sun, doing nothing. Do you give yourself that room for that? Do you think you deserve that? Or do you think you need to fill that hour with productivity? Right? So can you rest? And the third thing about self-worth is that, can you say no to how you set boundaries in a way? How you set boundaries to protect your peace and well-being. People with high self-esteem, sometimes because we achieve goals, we think goals are so important that we do it at the detriment of our health, our peace, our well-being, many things, because we want to achieve those goals, because those are the promises that we keep to ourselves, which is great. It's important to achieve goals, but if you place your goals above your mental well-being, that is telling me that you don't think you deserve to prioritize your being above the achievement. Whenever you put your achievement above your being, that is a sign that you actually have low self-worth. Your self-esteem might be very high. You might be very confident, but you probably have low self-worth. So look at that. Look at what you prioritize. Your priorities. Your priority should always be you, because you are your best asset, right? Whatever you do comes from you. Another thing, which is a very sneaky thing, is, do you judge people? Are you judgmental? Are you critical, judgmental? I say this because I used to be a very judgmental person, okay? And then I learned that I judge others because I judge myself. I judge myself because I do not accept myself. I do not accept myself, so I have low self-worth. That is that. So next time when you encounter a judgmental person, that they, criticize you for whatever things that they do not like, just remember that it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. Most likely, they don't even like themselves. Most people don't really like themselves that much. That's the problem. Okay? They have low self-worth. So they want to judge you to feel better about themselves. Whenever that happens, you know that person has low self-worth. And if that person is you have low self-worth, okay? So once you recover, once you start to accept all parts of you as being human, that you have your strength and your weaknesses, you have your superpowers and flaws, and it's a bag of mixed features and everything. Once you know that, you will know that everybody is just as worthy, is equally worthy. And you will start to find it so much easier to love yourself and to love others. You will let go of control, because there's nothing that you need to control except for your own, thoughts and decisions and everything. Because that's the only thing you can control. It's all coming from a good amount of self-worth. Once you know that, okay, you will start to see so many changes. And then you will also start to feel that steady feeling of fulfillment. Meaning that I have all my needs met. I might not always get what I want. Achieving for what they want and getting what they want is like the high self-esteem thing. I might not always get that. I'm still gonna try. I might not get it, but I still have my needs met. And that's what makes me feel great. And a big part of this meeting the needs, when I have all my needs met, is to acknowledge yourself and to accept parts of you, all parts. The angry part, a little manipulative part, sometimes people tell me I have a mean streak. I tell people that too. All those things, all those undesirable qualities. And you can do that. You don't need achievement to prove your worth. Then you can start to achieve from a place of having a strong sense of worth. And wherever you go from that is going to be more likely to be consistent. Because you're not running on empty. You are running on full. Okay? So that is my talk for today. Yeah, it was very random. But that's really what I've been thinking a lot recently. And I'm also writing this in my chapter of my book. Funny as you are, okay? So if you like my videos, gotta follow me, subscribe, comment, like, whatever. You know what to do. But yeah, stay in the loop. I will keep you posted. And in the meantime, check out my other videos and check out my Instagram if you want. I have my stand-up comedy there. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Thanks a lot for watching. Alrighty, have a good one. Mwah. Bye.